Damn it.
We are back. We are back.
We are back.
We are
getting the
back. First things first, boys. Do a little dripped out pose all together. 3, 2, 1. G shit. I love it. G shit. Welcome back to Kings of Pop Culture, guys. We are back in action. For the next one, so next month, I'll hype it up even more. So everyone knows that yes, we're back in full swing now. These streams will be returning. Obviously, we're dripped out to the gills. Joining me is my goated brother from another mother. It is the one, the only, RJ, the GOAT. What's going on? What's going on, brother?
What's going on, bro?
What's going on? Look at the energy in here. Freaking hell, Jesus! Look at this guy. And then joining us also is Kevin, the speedster. Look at the drip on Superboy right here. Oh, we love it. We've got ourselves Kevin Feige right here. Look at this right here. Ready to make his new deal. It's time to lock in.
Ready to make Spider-Man 4 the best movie ever.
Fuck yeah. And we got ourselves our boy, the Flash. Shout out to Grant Gustin, but shout out to G.
Yes, sir. What's poppin'? What's good, people?
The Flash is trash.
The glow up is real. Look at this handsome mofo right here. And all of course, I mean, we
The chosen one.
Right. Context and nuance. Now
you've actually got a hat. Oh my god!
Where have we been the past however long? It's been a while since we've all been together. It's been a while. Life. I hope my audio is good. By the way, does it all sound good to you guys? By the way,
yeah, it sounds fine.
Thank you.
For now.
Oh my god! Within 5 seconds. It's great to be back. Where have we been? Life, busy, spin-offs. As you can. I love being the architect of this great universe because now spin-offs have spawned in the dozens. You've got the Dynamic Duo podcast with Adam and Danny. You've got the Cinema Kings with RJ and Darius. Do go check that out. It's really good. You've got Cody.
And Noah. And
Noah. I was waiting for you to I'm like, hey, that's my thing. But yes, do go and check out Cinema Kings. Noah is leading the line over there as he should. RJ and Darius are all equally sharing the host role as well. It's really great.
Yes,
Good content. Actual nuanced discussion, no stupidness. And you can actually go, you know what? Some nerds actually aren't all that bad. And then, you talk about Cobra Kai and you wonder why nerds have stereotypes. But everyone's, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect my life. Miguel or Robbie, it doesn't affect my life. I still wake up tomorrow.
It's just a TV show. Anyway. There are other things in the world.
And part 3's coming soon. Time's up, motherfucker. Okay. Anyway.
Well, we work. We do work. So
we do work. We do. Working's important. Silver would know about that. You got to work. Got to work.
Oh yeah, Silver would know.
Anyhow, we've been away for a while. I had to go back to the drawing board and figure some stuff out. Long, deep story there. I'm a deep guy, but it's also good. We can find a way to go around this and get back into the swing of things, and I can't wait to see where things go from here. Now, going into this stream, the way it's going to work is everyone will bring a topic of their choosing, whatever it may be. If no one has a topic, just sit back and enjoy the vibes. And if it's a slow news day, then we'll just have cooler talk at the end and we'll catch up on some rumors. We'll be answering your questions in the chat. And no doubt with Cobra Kai ending, I can get back to the origins of my channel, which was pop culture in general, more so superhero time, as we will be talking about DC is on the come up. Finally, Marvel's about to get their ass spanked, and that leads me into my first choice of topic. So obviously, anyone that has a particular topic to bring up, you'll be next up. I have something I want to say, okay? And I know it's going to ruffle some feathers. I know not everyone's going to agree with what I say. This is hurting my eyes now. You know how you get great men in society, okay? You get great men. You get
Here we go.
Aaron, yeah, that's Mufasa. You get that. You get David Sweat, who's driving a car, doing the trench run. That's our new Superman. Robert Pattinson to get another great man. DC have successfully hired 3 of the next up-and-coming talents of the golden age. It's the new generation. Marvel look at this, and their response and their reply is Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Now, I've been holding off talking about this for a little bit of time because I was like, no, maybe it's just me, and maybe it is just me. I personally don't see Reed Richards when I look at him. I feel like I'm looking at Mandalorian. I'm looking at a commercial hire. I don't feel like it was done because he could be a good Reed. I feel like it was done for the sake of him being Pedro Pascal. Now,
I agree.
I'm not saying he's a bad dude. I'm not saying he's a lovely guy. We love Pedro. Well, some of us. We love Pedro. And I'm sure he will do a good job. However, the reason I bring up the other three talents, that's like Noah creating the Cinema Kings with him, Darius, and RJ. And then out of nowhere, he said he's got three great men, including himself. And out of nowhere, he goes, you know what? Let's bring X, Y, and Z back into the fold instead of RJ. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any logical sense whatsoever. It feels lazy. It feels uninspired. It feels cheap to me. And when you've got Adam Driver,
Robert Downey Jr.
up for there you go. When you've got Adam Driver,
Chris Evans,
conversations, and but he wanted more money. But your negotiation sucks ass. And if the people down the corridor would have treated Adam Driver better in the sequel trilogy, then he might have considered it. But we are where we are, apples and oranges. Okay, cool. Pedro is Reed. I don't get a say. Fine. It's happening. Deal with it. Cry. Again, the problem, we've got Doomsday around the corner, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, RDJ's back. Ooh! He's not as Iron Man, he's as Doctor Doom, firstly. It makes no bloody sense. Secondly, right, thank you, Rodney, appreciate that. We're all dripped out to the gills here. It feels, again, like it was done for commercial reasons. And if we're looking at the slate and where Marvel and DC's trajectory is right now, DC are in prime position to start smacking that ass. Like, they're in prime position to absolutely do it. And
they're ready to go.
I'm not holding off. On God, I've kept this quiet for God knows how long. I've missed streaming with you guys. But you got three great men at DC. They're on the come up. The projects are looking bright. There's a few little moments in there where I'm like, don't do that. Don't make that decision. Don't shoehorn Robert Pattinson in there. But for the most part, it's looking bright. Goated man.
Vengeance.
Great man.
Goated man. But with Marvel,
he's the Batman.
And this isn't just Pedro Pascal, okay? This ties into a larger problem, and I know you've mentioned this before, Noah. It feels cheap. It feels lazy. It's like, okay, we have to actually think about life after RDJ and Chris Evans. Let's go get Pedro Pascal, another name. DC are taking a gamble and going, you know what? These guys have some pedigree. Let's take a leap of faith. There's more longevity in there. Whereas with RDJ and Pedro, you're talking people who are already established. And what do they want? Money. How much for that? Like, show me the money, and you look at where Marvel's going and the reliance on all of these great stars coming back to save the day. This is why no one gives a frog's fat ass about the new Captain America besides two people. This is why no one cares about Shang-Chi. No one gives a frog's fat ass about the Marvels. No one cares about anything to do with the new characters because where's RDJ as Tony Stark? Well, you got him as Doctor Doom, so there you go. I actually
got Cillian Murphy
for once. So
or someone who's actually
I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Now, again, this isn't just Pedro. It ties into the larger problem. You go ahead, RJ. Interject.
All right.
Cut me off.
My issue stems more on the RDJ casting, but I'll talk about the Pedro casting.
Fucking picture.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll talk about the Pedro casting. I get why some people don't like it. I actually do understand that. Me personally, I don't mind. Was Pedro like my second choice? No,
he wasn't even on the list.
I wanted Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead. I wanted him. But to me personally, I have an issue with Marvel as a whole when it comes to movies that I'm going to talk about more on the Cinema Kings later.
A little shameless plug, love it.
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear that every stream. Now.
But as far as like
here we fucking go,
decision making. No, I actually have a lot to say on like just the shape of Marvel. Like all seriousness, like just how they make their movies.
Go ahead.
But just to speak on like their decision making and like castings. Like, I like the Fantastic. I'm fine with the Fantastic Four cast. I wanted my like dream cast was the one that was supposed to be. It was supposed to be Margot Robbie, Adam Driver. I wanted that one.
That would have been.
That was my dream cast.
Yeah.
But
Margot Robbie.
but see you over there with that face. But as far as RDJ Doom, that's the one that I feel like that it's one of those things.
Join the stream then.
Where that as a whole, that casting decision has impacted movies not named Doomsday. And it's just a complete overhaul where it just feels like Marvel is just grasping at straws and they're like, you know what, we need to do something. And when I first saw the cast, I was like, okay, that's cool. But then I sat and think, I was like, this is kind of ass. Like,
you put up in the initial hype of it, you're like, oh my god,
this is like,
freaking great.
Because I sat down, I called Darius, and we were like, what are they doing? Like, it just seemed like, you know, that move was just to get people hype rather than a story move and a story type casting. Because you can pivot from Doom. I mean, you could pivot to Doom, and that's fine. But RDJ, like, listen, really? I love RDJ as an actor, but I can't see him playing Doom. Like, I just see Iron Man.
So, like, it feels like a gateway to get him back as Iron Man. Because I guarantee you, Iron Man's going to be like.
But like, this is another issue that I have. Why didn't they just bring him back as Superior Iron Man? You could have just said, "Hey, RDJ's back as Superior Iron Man, whatever." Okay, and then later on in the year, you could have said, "Okay, this is what the next Avengers movie is called. We got a new villain, the Beyonder." There you go. That's what you should have done.
It's like, too short term. Like, sorry.
I just feel like with Marvel, like the recent and Fantastic Four, like this year in particular, and next 2 years for Marvel, this year and next year, they have a lot of pressure. Like,
yes, they do.
Doomsday has to be good. Like, you have to. Not only it has to be good, but RDJ has to be Doom. You can't have him being unmasked and it's RDJ. Like, no, you can't. Yeah. You can't do that.
What
the room, Danny. And then Fantastic Four. Like, I have high hopes for the film. Like, you know, because of who's directing it. As a film, I have high hopes for it. I think it'll be good, but
it's a film.
I just want Marvel to have because what DC is doing. They're having more director-driven films, and if you know, you know. You got like when it's a director.
Yes, and they've got great men at the helm.
When you have a director directing a movie, you want it to feel like his. And you look at the comments that John Watts said. When his movie Wolves came out, he said that like No Way Home isn't his, and like it kind of like hurts that a director says that, like because he directed the movie, but it doesn't feel like his. It feels like it's Kevin Feige's movie. But he said that his movie Wolves, and like it feels like his. But I just feel like some of these castings, like Chris Evans coming back, I don't know.
It feels like, for as much as we've critiqued, you know, superheroes in general, it feels like Marvel are so reliant on the past. And look. Let's keep it real here. As a fan, you'd be lying to say, hey, RDJ coming back, that doesn't make you happy in some kind of way. You'd be lying. But I think it's because of what it represents and what surrounds it. And the fact that the way they're going with the story, quite clearly, the new Avengers are going to get their ass absolutely spanked. And then we have to care about them. And then in comes the old guard to save the day. It doesn't get them over with us. You know, that's part of
another issue is that it takes away the shine from like the newer characters because they haven't really gotten the shine to like, you know, really shine in like this new MCU. Like even Doctor Strange, like it kind of takes away from him, even though he's been around since like like RDJ and Chris Evans, like that's gonna put butts in seats, and that's
yes, it is.
I think it's too short term for Marvel as well. Like they're not thinking the bigger picture. No. Like I still think they should have cast Cillian Murphy as Doom, whatever, because then he could carry it on the longer term if they still want to keep him around, because then they're going to have to recast Doom if they still want to keep him around. It's sort of like, for what they're paying RGJ as well for 2 films, yeah, the performance and whatever might be very good and all that, but it's just they're just looking at money more than story.
That's a ridiculous amount of money that he's getting for those.
Yes, it is
ridiculous amount.
It's like 8 million for 2 films plus loads of benefits. I mean, come on,
that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
I love RDJ, but
no, he makes a great point. It's great for short term, but it's not good for the long term. It just adds to the problems. Whereas DC are planning the roadmap for the next 10.
Well, yeah, because then they're just going to have to recast some of the characters, and then
we can all kind of agree they're most likely going to reboot Marvel. They're going to reboot it once Multiverse is done. A lot of the characters, and I know people may not like it, but Steve Rogers, Tony Stark, they're probably going to be rebooted.
And that makes it even more like weird. Like
you completely undo everything with Sam and everything. Then because it's too hot to wear this. Because then you're just rebooting shit.
Do you think they should have waited until maybe next 5 years to do all this Doomsday stuff and finish the King
Doom
stuff first?
should be a saga villain. That's my other.
I think Doom shouldn't be a short-term villain. He should be a long-term villain.
He's the Marvel Peter, dude.
I was saying to you guys the other day, and then I'll let you jump in, Noah. Because I know you're itching there. You're ready to cook. Harley, we need to cook. They should have had one Avengers movie by now already with the new guys before, because you're going, because then it's something simple. Ultron's come back, new Avengers work together, new synergy, new legacy. Then you go to Doomsday. No, you're going straight to the main event.
They're rushing as well. Sorry,
I just don't have a new Avengers team.
I just think back to the Fantastic forecasting. I'm 100% in the same boat as you, Jacob. I think it's 100% a desperate move, and all this Marvel news lately has been desperate. Spider-Man wanting it to be a multiverse thing. Desperate. Yeah. Robert Downey Jr.
I'm right about that.
Scarlett Johansson, all these rumors, these guys coming back, desperate. And Pedro Pascal, I think you're spot on. That is totally a desperate move. It's like, who's popular right now? Who will get people?
Who's going to get them in right now?
Yeah. And I said this on stream when they first announced the casting. I remember I said they should cast a whole bunch of new, young, up-and-coming actors to do it for multiple reasons. One, that's how most of these, great actors get their start. And 2, it's a lot easier to, have these actors and come into the other movies and not have scheduling problems. Pedro Pascal is one of the most famous actors right now. He's in Gladiator. He's the Mandalorian. He's in a ton of other movies.
For 4 episodes.
Yeah, and they just announced they've got a Mandalorian movie and the show. He's gonna be busy. Yeah.
Reed Richards is like a staple to the Marvel universe. He should be in pretty much every significant movie, every significant show that will connect to Doom or whatever, because he's that big of a character. Pedro Pascal, he's gonna have a busy schedule, and I know that's us just assuming, but come on, look what he's in.
It's a probability thing, isn't it? More than likely, he's gonna be fucking busy.
Yeah, I think that's why it's just so desperate, and I really don't like the movie.
I'll update you soon, Cameron.
And I think you said it perfectly. They're making all these moves for right now, not thinking about the future. I think that totally sums it up. They're like, people will go see this movie, but
now,
what about when you can't have them all in the Avengers movie? And that doesn't really make sense. Because
I know DC are in this sort of crossroads where they have to take a gamble, but if this Superman movie slaps, they're eating good.
Yeah.
Also, to add on to your point quickly, TCK, about bringing up unknown actors.
Let me get
Robert Pattinson was cast as the Batman. That movie did so well. They got a first look deal. He has a first look deal with Warner Brothers, and he's gonna probably get any project he wants over there. And then that's probably going to happen to David Cornston as well if Superman is really successful. And Aaron Pierre.
It's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
And people are excited to see these actors who they've never really seen much for the DC. When I see Pedro Pascal on the screen again, I'm like,
again?
I've seen him so many times, and I agree with you.
I don't every see him movie. He's everywhere.
And no, that's on his part. He's getting his back, but
fair play.
It doesn't excite me as much.
He's fucking everywhere.
It doesn't excite me as much. It's like The Rock. The Rock is Black Adam.
Who's excited for that? Shut up.
it's like in this movie, I'm not looking forward to seeing his Reed Richards now. I'm excited
Check
to see.
this link out, by the way, guys. This is to Cinema Kings, hosted by these two great men here, alongside Darius. Go check him out for when they do their bits later on. Carry on.
Like, I'm excited to see Evan Moss Backrack as the Thing because I've only seen him in The Bear and he was incredible. That's what gets me excited.
That's a perfect.
That's what gets me excited. Like, and Joseph Quinn. I'm excited to see him because he's really good casting. Not just he's like kind of a popularity contest, but I can see him.
He also needs it, right?
I would agree with that, but Ridley Scott. I don't like Ridley Scott, but if you get on his radar, you're doing something good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just desperate. I think that's just the sum of where the MCU is going.
It's short term over long term. That's the problem. It's because it sounds cool. It's the same reason why Blade was announced before they even had a story. Because Mahershala Ali is Blade. Oh, that's sick. Do you have a movie for it? Do you have a story that warrants it? No.
That movie.
You know what? I'm gonna be
never.
This is Marvel's
Ali.
Marvel's biggest problem.
If I was Mahershala Ali is a better man than me because he went to them and he it's a passion project for him, and he
would be great.
He went to them and said, "Hey, I want to make a Blade movie." He said that in 2019. It's 2025 now.
It was announced in 2019.
Yeah, but like that's
all that. No, I said on that call that we all had, all they do is so Kevin Feige can walk out with the next logo for the next character at every freaking Comic-Con. Kevin Feige, Kevin Feige down there.
I'll just get on the phone and just tell him to make multiverse.
And it doesn't matter if it makes any sense or not. It doesn't matter if it's earned or not. Yeah, this character's coming, played by this actor. DC aren't doing that. Yes, they got Aaron Pierre for Green Lantern, but that was before I even knew that he was part of this Lion King thing. Like, they're getting people who, and per the Joseph Quinn casting of Human Torch or the guy who was in The Bear,
up and coming.
Watch that. They need this. They need this.
They've got something to prove, which gives them more incentive to do well.
They don't need it. They don't need to justify their acting career by getting this role. But as Evan says, they've got something to prove. This is a level up for them. Pedro doesn't need this. He's like 2 levels above.
Just a paycheck.
It's just a paycheck. And
which means their heart's probably not in as much as other actors as well.
If he's getting his pay and he's getting his bag, you get your bag, you get your pay. I'm sure Pedro will do a good job. He'll do a good job. I think what frustrates me is the fact that it's not what it could have been for another actor. And for me, to work with other actors who are really good, who never get a look in ever, because people always go to bankable people. It sucks. This is what I mean. When people look at the acting industry, it's only the top 10% that ever make money.
Yeah.
Most people I know that have graduated drama school, they're in the same jobs I am. They barely get anywhere. You got to do short films for free. You got to keep running projects. You got to fund your own projects. Boy, do I know. Like, you got to do all this shit yourself. Go off to agents, headshots, show reels, all of that. It gets expensive. And then you got freaking Pedro that's just like walking there and just, all right. You know,
like it's pretty obvious. The only auditions for this movie were like A-list, B-list actors. Like, you can tell by the rumors. Like, you're saying these guys never get the chance.
No, because they say, they're holding auditions. Bollocks. They've got a little short list of people that they look at, and then they're like, oh shit, can't have Adam Driver. Hey, Darren, can you go down the hall and talk to Kathy and Lucasfilm for a sec? And then they go up, and then they go knock on the door and then fucking say, "Can we borrow Pedro?"
The thing is, they're so desperate for because Fantastic Four has to do well.
Grant Gustin as the Flash. That's fine. I don't care.
And they know that Superman's probably going to or likely to do well. And if Fantastic Four does shit, then they're in a lot of trouble. So they've got to get these actors that will get bums on seats and that will at least generate a certain amount of money, even if the story's not that good.
Money is not.
What's up, peoples?
Jesus Christ.
What's going on?
Are you cooking? Are you cooking?
What on earth are you wearing?
What are you doing?
What y'all got talking about?
It's about just Marvel and DC.
Right.
Just Marvel?
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Oh,
yeah, Pedro Pascal sucks.
What are you doing? Like, where are you?
Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm at a party. I just wanted to pop in and just say,
yeah. Thanks for popping in. We've got Danny in the chat, everyone.
The link has finally dropped.
Oh,
Yeah, it's great. We're here. Will you enjoy your thing? Enjoy. Yeah, you might,
Odd man, Danny.
you might want to pull that down.
Oh, you don't want the hood pointed up?
No.
No.
We're
What's
in
wrong with
another
having the hood
discussion,
pointed
you-
up?
Lord.
Lord Almighty.
Jesus.
Good. Christ. Nah, bro.
you gotta take that on shit, Danny. Come on, that was a good one. You gotta,
Crazy.
I'm just saying, like, it's just like a little bit of like,
It never ends. It never ends.
That's exactly.
gonna make Fantastic Four great again, right?
So just before you go, Danny, we were talking about how we feel like Marvel is being really lazy at the moment. What are your thoughts on the casting of Pedro Pascal as Reed and all that? What are your thoughts? In one sentence or less.
No, I was just popping in, just saying what's up to the chat. Yeah,
I don't think
you already know.
You knew what you were saying.
Kings of pop culture.
We're back.
That's how we do it. We're gonna make a great comeback. Is it gonna be
No,
Robbie
you
or
couldn't hear a
Miguel?
fucking word.
Or is
You know what?
Robert
I'm gonna
Pattinson
say
gonna be
my-
the
I'm gonna
DCU
say my
Batman?
classic line.
We will never know. Okay, we'll just never
bloody
know
Chris?
because that's what happens on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Where's my bloody crisps? There you go.
What about ramen noodles?
well, Danny, I already know he is in the DC.
Jesus
Y'all
Christ.
He can't hear a word we're saying. What's the point of even saying anything?
We're on a
Yeah,
stream.
yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, you enjoy
The
your
Dark Knight
whatever it
Rises.
is that you're doing. Thank you for the cameo.
One of the best
let's-
Batman films.
Yeah, let's get back to the films. What a cameo! There you go. We're officially back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
Yeah,
need
there's
some hearing
like so
aids,
much
man.
traffic, bro. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys later. I was just saying what's up. Oh yeah, and Big Time Rush is not that great, GM. Peace out.
Yes, it is. Anyways.
Yeah. Unk.
So
No,
aside
he's grandpa,
from-
bro.
you know how like you're on a roll, like you're walking somewhere, right? You're making your way downtown, moving, like you're clearly walking somewhere in a straight direction. You're walking this way, and then someone all of a sudden just decides to cut across your. Yeah, that's what that was. Anyway, back to the point. Who was talking before that happened?
I think.
Me,
No
as
clue.
always.
Somebody was.
Somebody was.
It was me. No, I was just saying that both films will make money, but I think critically, Superman will be better. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah, but they're marketing it as well.
I think in most ways it'll be better.
And it's got the hype.
Well, to be fair, they didn't. Marvel usually makes their trailer. WB does their trailers like when they have a big. They do it like way in advance. They release.
Yeah.
They do a few trailers too.
Yeah, they did. They did like 3 for the Batman. So
Man of Steel had like 5.
Yeah, it did.
that was a lot.
You can tell people are caring more for
many?
DC now because like
Yeah, no, they are.
the Superman trailer is like the top 10 most viewed trailer of all
Top
time.
5.
Now.
Top
Yeah,
5.
5.
It has grown exponentially. Like it's
It's
Because
what
they're taking
people
a risk.
want to see.
Because they're taking a risk. They're not doing the safe. They're not going the safe route, and people are
want
excited.
something new. Like we're tired of the same formula. So it's like people are like, okay,
I'm gonna talk about that tonight.
like Jesus, here we go. So people are definitely on board with there being more risks taken because every movie's playing it safe, and people want something new.
Yeah.
Like people want something new, people want something fresh, and I think you do a disservice when you don't go all in. And DC right now are going all in. Like, I mean, yeah, you can have your thoughts, and we can all have our debates about whether Pattinson's going to join the DCU, this, that, and whatever.
When he's
But
going
whoever they get for Batman, it's going to be a solid casting. And Aaron Pierre and David Corenswet are such statement castings to me that I feel like they've got so much faith in these new up and coming actors that they don't need a name. They don't need a name at all. They just
it's Superman. That's the name.
Yeah,
Green
that's
Lantern.
the
That's the name.
Yeah, that's the
Batman.
name. It's like you're going to see Fantastic Four, like not because you want to see Fantastic Four. Oh, Pedro! That's the large chunk of the freaking audience. It's, oh, Pedro! Like the Tash and everything. Like I don't understand the. Anyhow, to me, it just communicates a lack of balls, and it is a lack of gumption no guile, no tactical
guile. What is that?
No long-term storytelling. It's just immediate.
It's just lazy.
It's just lazy. It's just immediate bodge job. And to me, that means I'm hoping they have a plan then for the X-Men and beyond, because that really could save this whole ordeal by casting great characters. Great man and great women as the characters.
Great man.
Go forward, Crypto, take me home. It's just, we'll just see how we do. But it's definitely something. It's interesting. When I started this journey with y'all, we were ragging on DC every single
weird that it's kind of like changed a little bit.
And now we're doing a full circle.
For good reason.
So now it is the real cut.
The tables have turned.
Just saying, it kind of stopped when this movie came out.
Now look, it could still fail.
Oh yeah,
it could still suck. But we're talking about probability here. The likelihood that it sucks is very minimal, and RJ's bang on. As much as they're building a universe and whatever, they're still letting the directors fulfill their independent visions with these characters. Whereas with Marvel, it has to be a certain way. It has to be done a certain way or in a certain mold. It's just a lack of originality.
They need to stop doing that, because they only let the Russos. The only creative director-driven films in the MCU are the ones with the Russos and Ryan Coogler's Black Panther.
Or James Gunn.
Yeah. And James
Gunn. That's still very loose. It's still not like 100% even.
Yeah, it's still
true. Yeah, but you get the point.
Actually,
still loose.
Very loose.
But you get the point, though. Like,
you kind
of have to let him do it, because
stop Frankie.
I'm gonna say it, but
yeah. Like I hope for better, because I'm sure Fantastic Four will be fine. It's just it ties into the larger problem that Marvel have right now, and they keep doing the same thing. It's like, and I agree with it's really Noah's TikTok that's really got it locked in my brain, where you like it's just lazy. It just feels cheap. And look, as a fan, if I was to go, RDJ, then yeah, it's great. But looking at the long term from five years from now, if the trade-off means we get Doctor Doom for 2 great movies versus not having Doom at all afterwards, where do you go from Doom? He's the biggest, baddest villain in the whole of Marvel. Like, it just, there is no one else. Oh, but Galactus, no, sorry, not on the same level. Oh, but Magneto, cool, very cool, but not on that.
Good, but he's not Doom, though. He's not.
Doom is
Vader. Marvel's Vader, dude.
You know how you get like, I can't say what I was gonna say. You know how like you get no, I'm not gonna say that. But anyway, I'm hoping for better. We'll see how we do. But yeah, I didn't actually rant on that as much as I did the other day on the phone to RJ. But yeah, it is what it is.
Some things you just can't say on stream.
No. Anyhow, the next topic, because I don't plan on being here forever because it is midnight. I'm gonna be tired.
Well, I mean that's just a downgrade, but
yeah. Oh, there's Darius. Darius, you should be in here, sir. Pedro's a great.
Put us in here.
Get yourself in here, you 1/3 of the Cinema Kings. There you go. Once you got 2/3 of them here. Actually, Cinnamamba. No, and this is the thing, Darius. Pedro will do a great job. He's a sure thing. It's just the casting itself. It's just indicative of RDJ, Chris Evans, and whatever else, Don't even get me started on Spider-Man 4. Anyhow, progressing forward, let's go to a brand new topic. Now, who had the other topic? Who was that had the other? Was it RJ? Did you have one?
I had Spider-Man 4, and me and Evan have the Batman stuff.
Okay, so what do you guys want to talk about with the Batman? I know Danny's expressing his thoughts right now.
Can
you stop?
Yeah, can we stop? Can we?
I mean,
can we not?
I mean, the animated series is cool and all, but
not. Here we go.
There was obviously that whole ass debacle we all had a couple of weeks ago about this whole Batman fiasco. And whether he was going to be added into the DCU, what the
fuck happen?
That was in the panel.
I hope it happens though.
And wait, say that again, Gene.
Gene wants it to happen.
Okay, you know what? Let's take it. Let's go rogue for this, Gene.
Wait, what?
I want you to explain your reasoning. Let's cause some old school Kings of Pop Culture chaos. Gene, You stand on business, big time rush and all. Stand on business and express.
Setting him up for failure.
Express your point. I'm curious. I want to hear it.
With the Batman one, you might be setting me up for failure. Not gonna lie, but I think
Robert stand your ground, dude.
I think Robert Pattinson should be in the DCU just because, like, with the format that they're going with, it doesn't make sense to have a new Superman, but then, all right, and then keep the old Batman in a way or something like that. And like, you should convert Robert Pattinson's version into the DCU because it just makes more sense. Like, I'm just thinking on the Superman level, like with Tyler Hoechlin, Superman and Lois, and David Cornsweet.
I watched the first season in full, by the way. Loved it.
Great show. You need to continue.
I know
if you're getting great show.
If we're getting a new Superman,
great show. What the great show.
Might as well make sense just to bring the new Bat. We already have a new Batman. There's no point of bringing in a brand new one.
Productions, what's up, bro?
Yo, what's up, Troll?
Because Robert Pattinson's still new, so why bring in another new Batman? It was just going to confuse the audience more.
Not a point.
So I think just bring in Robert Pattinson, put him in the DCU, and I think David Cornsweet and Robert Pattinson, they just look very well together as Superman and Batman, like with the edits and all that stuff. So it just makes sense for me.
No, what was that reaction?
I mean,
he's put not to what Gene said. I think Gene said is completely valid. It's what this fucker was putting on. Yeah, like that.
I mean, I get the point that Gene makes. The only thing that I have concerns about, I think RJ's heard me rant about this enough, but you know, with what Matt Reeves wants to do, Matt Reeves wants to do a trilogy or 4 films, whatever, how many films it is. If you put him into the DCU, the only risk that you run with that is that with what James Gunn might want to put into those films now, obviously how much control James Gunn will have as well. Matt Reeves, sorry.
No.
You know, are you then going to get cameos from other characters or, you know, those sorts of things? And then, but obviously, Batman is so different to other DC characters, which is why it also makes sense on the other hand. But don't be having like Supergirl or cameoing in Batman films. You know, that's the risk you run. But at the end of the day, why would you cast 2 actors as well? It's sort of like
because they have to follow up Pattinson, and that's like
and you're not going to get anyone on the level or as good or better. Like you're not going to do it. He's also the Batman.
Agree.
Hey, you learned, good man.
I agree with Gene in a way. I think eventually you're going to want to merge him in because he's just going to keep becoming more beloved and people are going to like him love him as Batman.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
But Matt Reeves clearly had a plan. Whether it's over a trilogy or not, you got to at least give him his own trilogy before you bring in all this other stuff.
He definitely had a trilogy plan in mind.
I want to watch a Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves Batman trilogy without having anything. I want it to be its own thing. I want it to be like the Dark Knight trilogy. That was its own thing. And then after that trilogy, you can bring him in because first of all, you don't even need to rush a Justice League movie. There's so many characters that they could
make movies. I agree 100%, Noah.
Like, yeah, I agree with you eventually. And that's even better because people will just love his Batman even more as the trilogy goes on, and they'll bring in other Batman characters like hopefully Dick Grayson.
Yeah, I mean, and then eventually when you do get to Justice League, it's more earned. It's like, oh my god,
yeah, exactly. You have a whole trilogy of Batman. Who needs like a trilogy before you rush into Justice League? He's so many layers. Batman it's like I always said this. Marvel relies on the team ups because you kind of get bored of the solo. Most of the characters, like Iron Man, Captain America, in their own movies, you need to bring in the team up to keep it going. But Batman and Superman and Flash, they have their own universe within a universe. Like there's so many characters in their universe that you can build on.
Stories.
Batman and Superman are just the top superheroes of all time, so people are going to be interested regardless.
Iron Man is the same thing for Marvel. Like he can do his own.
But this is the thing: if DC gets Batman and Superman working, they've already got Batman working. If you get Superman working as well, that's it. Like it's wraps. I'm not trying to hear this. Oh, but Shang-Chi. Like you've got Batman and Superman, right? That are on the up. right? If Spider-Man starts sucking ass, which we'll get into, if that starts
dipping,
then honestly, Marvel, you should actually be. You need humbling. I'm sorry. For years, this whole shit, my shit doesn't stink kind of mentality. I can just put out a load of shit and people will buy it hook, line, and sinker because we don't care anymore about what, the quality of something is. We care about just consuming content and making videos. We don't care about the quality of things anymore. The quality just goes down the shitter. The standards go out the window. It doesn't mean anything anymore. And that's where DC are on the up. And if Superman will slap, which, let's be real, minimum, it's going to.
Yeah.
Will it be great? No idea. Will it be good? Yes. Minimum, it's going to be good. So if they can get that working, or they at least set the foundations for it, you're in line for an absolute killer
to add on
of a DC run.
To the Battinson stuff.
I
think. Yeah. Ooh.
I think they are.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But I feel like it.
Shut up.
I feel like it's gonna. You shut up, bitch.
The pair of you. God damn.
I feel like this is just me. I feel like it's going to happen. I don't see like the Brave and the Bold happening. I think they're gonna like scrap that. Because look, if they canceled Superman and Lois because they didn't want two conflicting,
yep,
great show,
and that's you have a Batman.
And they're the biggest hypocrites going. If you cancel that show, right, and then you all of a sudden like, yeah, we can have two Batmen. It's kind of like
doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So maybe
and people won't understand. The normal fans won't understand.
Smash the like button, folks. By the way, if you're enjoying it, smash the like button. Maybe part of the incentive is, okay, Batman Brave and the Bold was on the cards, but it was a placeholder. You know how like for Captain America Civil War, they had Serpent Society and then they reworked it? Like, what if it was just a placeholder till they could figure out this transition first?
It could have been. I mean, it could have been.
There might be.
It could have been. Because they know they can't do a universe slate without Batman. And check out that
announcement was probably for shareholders. That's why they do these announcements and they announce these release dates for shareholders. That's why they do that.
It's show business, by the way, people.
Like that. And I just think with that answer Matt gave in that interview, like he said, like in the past, he's like, not really. But like he said,
he's open to it now.
He's open. It sounds like he's open to it. And I see people say like, oh, well, he's clearly uncomfortable. Looks fine in the interview. He looks fine.
You got to think about it like this, right? You're setting up a Batman universe, and you've given your first spin-off show to the Penguin. Now, I love the show, but out of Batman's rogues gallery, he wouldn't be my first choice. So with that being said, they probably had conversations about, okay, we're going to expand your universe. And also, what you brought up there about the shareholders was very important because it is show business. And this is where I'll extend an olive branch to Danny if he's still watching. You cannot do a DC slate for a universe without Batman. You just can't.
It's not possible.
You need it. So maybe it was just there to say, hey, we've got a plan. We've got a vision, just as a placeholder to appease the business side while they work out the creative aspects of this Batman. Yeah. So I'm in the same camp as Noah. I agree. Let Matt complete his trilogy. Untouched. No universe bullshit. Just trilogy and then go from there. Now people would say, oh, that takes us up to 2030. I'll be nearly in my mid-30s.
Yeah, and also people coming out for a while.
25. Jesus Christ.
I'll be 20
in there. What the fuck? Do that again. Wait, do that again.
The hell? He's got superpowers.
Wait, I can't do. None of us can do that. What?
I think I'm on an Apple device. That's why.
Oh, for God's
sake!
I'm
on an Apple device. Ain't working.
I'll do that one. Old but gold. There you go. Oh wait, there you go. But yeah, no, I agree. Let Matt have his trilogy and then go from there. But I think it's very likely that they're going to rework it from there once the trilogy.
Just wait till if Superman's a success and it makes the Batman money.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a great thing. Well, they'll announce it if Superman's successful.
Yeah. That's the thing. Superman being successful isn't necessarily a good thing if you think Robert Pattinson should
That's what it hinges on.
Yeah.
And Matt and James Gunn, I'll give RJ Cox because he said this. James Gunn is probably waiting to announce a world's finest movie.
Yeah, he
if
is.
Superman does well.
I guarantee you, if he goes to Comic-Con and Comic-Con's after Fantastic Four and Superman comes out, if he goes to Comic-Con,
that would be the biggest fuck you to Marvel.
If he does,
Marvel's fucked that if that's the case.
Brings both of them out.
Give him the Quan treatment.
Like, listen, granted, I don't want this to happen. I want Matt to keep this stuff separate, but I'm not gonna lie, that would be cold by James Gunn if he does that. That would be cold. That's some Logan Roy type stuff right there.
I mean, well, the thing is,
announcing
as much as we have our thoughts on Batman versus Superman, do you remember the hype train for when that was first announced?
Yes. Trailer was hype.
And that was with only just Henry Cavill, great man. But with this one, you've got a Superman movie. Not anymore, no. You've got the set you up there. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that second trailer came out.
I'll say what I want.
But you've got a Superman that's already established. You've got Batman that's already established. So then if you do a world's finest movie, you've got people that care about both characters already anyway. The hype's going to be through the fucking roof. And then merging the two styles, because let's face it, if you're going to put them two together, you need to make a clear distinction that when Batman is in Batman world, it's that LA noir kind of sort of dark emo-ish shit, and Superman's bright and light. That could be interesting. Like, we've all seen the fan art going around like the interweb of them two together, and David and Robert, they look good together.
Yeah,
they do.
It works good.
As a person that doesn't want it to happen, I can't deny they do look good together.
The chemistry between the two of them would be good. It would be very much RDJ and Chris Evans all over again. Like,
just imagine like if Robert Pattinson gets like the blue and gray suit.
Yeah, this dude, he does a lot of good fan arts with these two. If I can get into
I'm not gonna lie, that goes hard.
I'll say this though.
There we go. It's focused.
When the second movie, when the Batman Part 2 starts filming, look at the suit details will be key to what they're doing with that universe. If it starts to look like Justice League Unlimited suit or something,
ooh, Kevin, can you send me that? That looks sick.
That goes hard.
Yeah, can you send me that guy's page, Kevin?
Oh yeah, he does. He does a ton of fan arts.
I've said this so many times, but the reason why the Batman Part 2 got delayed so much is because they're waiting for Superman's response. If it's great response,
they're waiting. They're buying time.
And then they'll do reshoots of the Batman Part 2, add some.
They'll move, and I think they'll move it up too.
They'll still move.
I think they'll move it up.
Yeah,
because they filmed this year. They filmed it this year. There's no way Warner Brothers gonna sit on that movie and wait.
No, not with the financial. No, they need money. So no,
they're filming it this year. And it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out sooner than that.
It's gonna get the Batman treatment actually.
Yeah. It's man, you don't know. It's gonna get held up to a certain point depending on what the fate of Superman is, and let's be just completely transparent here. Superman's gonna slap. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So. DC are on the come, fingers crossed, touch wood, anything. It's it's an expression, touch wood. Come on, let's not don't do that. I feel like dead.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word.
No, not you. No, I'm talking about Gian in the corner there.
I wasn't even thinking anything. No. Never mind.
Out the Big Time Rush. Anyway, it is good to be back. Imagine if Darius and Adam and Yinko were here and Danny. That'd be crazy.
Well, then we never even get off the topic.
Well, that's true. But look, I have faith that it'll be good. I guess you could call this stream the incompetence of Marvel now and the rise of DC. It's flipped. I just hope that Marvel take a good look in the mirror, because look, I'm still going to go to Doomsday and Secret Wars and be a fan.
Oh yeah, we're going to be there, we're fans.
We're going to be there if World War III's going on. It doesn't matter. I mean, I can't say that either. I was close. We're going to be there regardless of what happens for the smallest bit of details, including a thumbs up. But I am hopeful that Marvel take a lesson from this and then they get their ass spanked. So then we can have both of them.
They can finally learn
at the same time. I don't want one or the other. I want both. But the only way that Marvel will go back to where they were is if DC go, you know what? come here. You know, just a little bit of the old slap around. Now, leaping into the final part of the power of one, the power of many, the aura. The final
How dare you kill Gary Oldman?
Spidey 4. Now, I know you guys are touching upon this later on, and I know you probably sound like a broken record at this point. There's so many streams and spin-offs, I have no idea who's saying what anymore. But to me, I really don't want this to be a multiverse movie, and I know I don't want to sound like a broken record, and I'm not trying to get everyone in their feelings and get everyone riled up. But I've been rewatching Daredevil season 3 a lot lately, and I'm almost done. I'm on the final episode just after Nadeem gets killed by Bullseye. And spoiler. And to me, there's a great story here for a grounded, street-level story, and it's the second time that we're going to multiverse. Now, we're in the multiverse saga, so I get it. People would complain a livelong day and say, well, why is Spider-Man 4 not doing anything with the multiverse? He's supposed to be the face of Marvel, blah, 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 blah. Linking back to what I said about Batman and Superman, if you have Spider-Man faltering, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
Spider-Man for a long time was the face of Marvel. I'd argue he still is.
Still is.
This is my issue with this Doomsday shit, and that's
Daredevil right there, man,
pissing me off. The whole thing about it's pissing me off. The whole thing about Spider-Man 4 and the rumors regarding the film, you can't even blame Sony at because we used to. Like, it's both Marvel and
again, the role, it's all flipped. It's like DC with
both
Marvel.
of their faults.
It's not all
that. Like, you, for one, you put out Doomsday. You put out Doomsday at a time where it comes out before Spider-Man. And it's like, no, delay that movie. Okay. Yeah. We can worry about that later. You don't get Spider-Man right, forget everything else. Okay?
Forget everything else, then you're screwed. It doesn't matter what you do with Shang-Chi and Marvels and Eternal. It doesn't matter. If you don't get Spider-Man working, you're in the mud.
Yeah. I think it's the most easiest
things I don't like. One of the biggest things that I don't like is that a project with decisions is affecting solo movies. That should not be affecting. That's not how filmmaking. That's not how you should make.
Not how filmmaking works.
It should be about the story first. Don't change a movie because something else is happening with a team up movie. That's bullshit. I freaking hate that shit. That's what's
the thing is, with universe stories, you can still do the setup. You can still have connected storylines that connect it to those team-up movies, but have it weave in organically. Don't mold the whole story around it, because look, it's just the rumor mill, and we know the rumor mill can be fake, but sometimes the rumor mill can be bang on. And the rumors that I'm seeing for Spider-Man 4 from even accredited sources, like,
they sound terrible.
I'm worried.
They sound
for God's sake.
They sound terrible. That's like it's
not the most easiest storyline you could do, and they're still fucking it up.
Like a fanboy that's like, oh my god, what if this character and that character, with no reason for the story, no reason for the characters to be there, no logical sense.
It's not that hard.
But then exactly, and then you take away, right? You take away from the great moment that was No Way Home, right? You take away from the great moment primarily because it now doesn't feel special. And what makes something not feel special is when you constantly have someone do some bullshit again and again, constantly to you, and expect no repercussions. It's just ridiculous. You know, it's ridiculous. It sucks.
Doing a street level Spider-Man, it's not that hard. I asked Twitter the other day. I said this to Jacob. I asked Twitter AI to make a grounded Spider-Man story following the events in No Way Home. That sounded a lot better than what I've been hearing on Twitter about this multiverse shit.
Here's another thing that I listen. I might sound over dramatic when I say this, but if you put Toby and Andrew in this movie, as a fan, that would break my heart. I would suffer watching that movie. I don't care how that comes across. Like, listen, you would be doing Tom a disservice, because at the end of No Way Home, you set him up to have his own movie.
Gave him the red and blue suit.
Gave him the red and blue suit. Okay, let's pay that off. Let's pay off that ending. Don't let what's happening in Doomsday impact a Spider-Man story. Spider-Man is literally.
He can still be multiverse Spider-Man in Doomsday or something. Let this be his movie.
Figure it out. Figure out a way. Okay, you can figure it out.
Figure it out. Figure out a way.
Like Walter, figure it out.
And you know what? This is great. If I was Tom, I'd be pissed off at this. Like my first movie, I was Iron Boy Jr. My second movie, I was still Iron Boy Jr. My third movie, I was Spider Boy Jr. Like I'm not being allowed to flourish on my own merits. Like it's time. It's time. Let him do his own thing.
Listen, I don't even want the symbiote.
Like we know Toby and Andrew are coming back in Secret Wars anyway. We know Toby and Andrew are coming back in Secret. We know that. So why not just save them for that or a Spider-Verse movie down the road? Why has it got to be this particular movie? Remember how I said to you the other day, guys, when you watch No Way Home, just the opening 20 seconds of Mysterio's dialogue, the Columbia logo, there's a good movie in there that never was, of him just being on the run. It's the tone. I want that. I want a movie like that.
The thing that has me intrigued is the director. I love Destin Daniel Cretton. Just Mercy is a great film, and
great film.
What he did with Shang-Chi, I liked. I wasn't a huge fan of the movie, but like the action scene,
right? It's good. The action
scenes cook.
The bus scene was fire.
If he could bring the emotion from Just Mercy to Spider-Man, that would be really, really good. Like,
yeah, I agree.
What was it? What were the reports he was going to team up and take down Hulk? I mean, what are we doing here? Like,
I don't believe that. I think that was a bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, how hard is it to do a Spider-Man and Daredevil? Like, what is actually stopping them? Like, how many brain cells you have to think, nah, let's do Spider-Man and Tom Hardy's Venom? Like, well, come on now.
Let's just put it into perspective, right? At this point, I expect Marvel. This is how bad it's gotten for me, right? The fact that the minute I heard multiverse for Spider-Man, I was like, ah, shit, here we go again. Second of all, I'm at the point now where it's like, fuck it, just do what you want at this point, because clearly they're not listening to fans. They're wanting to do their own fucking stupid thing, or Sony's getting involved and giving them all their stupid ideas that didn't work in their own universe.
Well, to be fair, they shouldn't listen to fans. I'll be real though. But go ahead.
No, not all of the fans. Not all of the fans. I'm talking about the passionate fans that actually know what they're talking about. Not the ones that are wanting Spider-Man to have a fucking belly top and shit. No, those ones. I'm talking more about the ones that actually know their stuff. You know, give us a grounded Spider-Man. It's not hard. Give him a grounded Spider-Man where he's having to work a job he hates. Do something that actually makes him relatable. Because how can someone be relatable if they're constantly just jumping multiverse timelines like everybody does that? Like, no. Also, I'm just sick and tired of the multiverse. Like, how many timelines are we going to have before it turns into the Flash?
Thank you.
I mean, they already fucked up the multiverse from the get-go, so they might as well.
Oh, yeah, they bottled that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
The CW Flash show did a better job in the multiverse in the fucking movies. How's that possible?
Yeah. Damn right. Anyways.
How's that possible?
Say it louder. Say it louder. Go on, say it louder.
You're damn right. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, why are we tying multiverse to time travel? I hate that. I hate that. I hate it when movies do that shit.
Oh, just on a quick side note. 1 second. Let me just quickly do this. Will cheer us all.
Team baby. It finally came to their senses. Team baby. The new age.
Oh, this is the way. This is the way.
The favorites. Now get out.
Now you're just adding seconds and thirds.
You're adding seconds and thirds. Fuck you.
Story, man.
It doesn't affect.
Well, hey, you got the two top Fortnite players at the. Oh, sorry.
It doesn't affect my life. It doesn't affect my life. As you were saying.
Still wake up tomorrow.
The tangent. Still wake up tomorrow. As you were saying, Adam, before.
And we still work.
It's just one of these things where, like, I'm a massive Spider-Man fan, and the thing is, Marvel is dead to me until they do something with Spider-Man, because all of their other projects at the minute, let's be real, right? They've either been smoking hot garbage or they've been passable at best. There's nothing that, like, when we had, like, phases 1 through 4, that now it's just, look, another multiverse. Oh, look, another Loki, but it's a female. Ooh, like, fuck off now. Just give us something different.
There's another RJ?
Oh my god, there's an RJ that There's a white RJ from Buffalo. Like, what's this shit?
There'll never be another RJ.
Exactly.
Look
it's like, can we stop doing timelines, right? Like, I get it, right? The funny thing is, I said it, I think it was to Cody the other day. The issue with Marvel is they go too fantastical, and ironically, DC's issue is they're too grounded. So they need to switch. DC needs to go a bit more fantastical, and fucking Marvel has to come straight back down to grounded, because how many times can we see the Hulk, like, be 3 different variations of the Hulk before it gets boring?
Yeah, now we got a Red Hulk. That'll save the day.
They even did it better in Deadpool movie. We didn't even see the fucking character.
Yeah, we get Harrison Ford being a grumpy guy. Woo-hoo!
Well, that was because of Universal.
Oh,
let's just
Red Hulk in a Captain
right?
America movie is crazy.
They need to get their priorities straight.
Let's just say what it is, right? Sony was like,
well,
my
when you
universe failed, so let me take yours and let's run with this one. Because their universe failed, because who the hell ever went to see Kraven the Hunter? Let's be real, no one. And if they did, they wanted their money back.
Yes, I agree.
Sony just wants to be like, oh, I want a part of that multiversal pie. No, bull, get away. No, get done.
I mean, look at how well Kraven did, you know? So it's just like, you know, we've seen the Sony universe disintegrate slowly. But it's like, I just... it just sucks.
I mean, the only reason why No Way Home did well with the multiverse is like it was like one of the first times Marvel's really done that in a way, and we see all 3 live action Spider-Man, and they help Tom Spider-Man to become the Spider-Man he's gonna become.
Yeah, and that's a great point as well. And to piggyback off what you're saying, Gian, like it was around a time when you never thought you would ever see this as a kid. If you were to tell me 10 years ago, I would see Andrew, Toby, and Tom sharing the screen together, I would have laughed at you. But now what we mustn't fall into is just because you can doesn't mean you should always do it. Sometimes it's better to leave things to mystery. Let it be special. Don't overdo it, because you take while watching No Way Home, if you know that they appear in the next Spider-Man movie and then they appear in Doomsday and in Secret Wars, you're like, you take, what the fuck are you doing? You've just killed the vibe. Like
you'll take away the emotional gravity from it as well. What it really means to the
Cinema Kings and shoving them in your face every week. It's like,
even
no,
the comics did that.
They're on their own thing, you know.
Even the
that's a bit harsh. They only do one a week.
But there's another thing as well, right?
I do one a week.
There's another thing as well, right? When it becomes too predictable, and what I'm worried about is this is going to become too predictable. By the time we get to Doomsday, you know what's going to happen? It'll be Peter like arguing with himself, going, "Oh my God, it's Tony, but it's Doctor Doom, and he's going to have an internal battle, and then overcome it in some way."
Because we haven't seen that before.
Which we haven't seen it before, in a sense, taking them back, obviously. We have seen that plenty of times. That's what I'm saying. It's just rehashed stuff, but done differently. And it's like, that's fun in games and all, right?
That scene will be well acted by both of them.
Marvel,
it will.
Marvel, if you need writers, we have RJ up there. We have Darius. Come take them. They will gladly write for you and make you better stories.
But no, they're content on hiring Pedro Pascal and mulching over the same.
Here we go, bro. You keep going back to that.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Have you got nothing else better to talk about, Jacob?
Well, what? Oh, you don't know? Well, what are you?
Don't
what
know.
Are you bringing to this?
I mean, Miguel already.
Civil War.
Off you go. Go on.
Tell me you couldn't find an actual money actor to play Dr. Doom.
It wasn't a dig to you. It was about something else. But, you can take it towards you.
I know.
It's not like Doom's Romani heritage is a big part of his character.
To be fair, I do agree with
We'll still be here.
He said, "Oh, you don't know."
Fuck's sake.
Oh, you don't know.
Robert Downey Jr., get the fuck out of here with
the
that
Brits are turning against each other. The Brits are turning against each other.
And here we go.
And here
I can't tell what I was going to say.
No, I can't either. For fuck's sake, reel it in. I know what we're both gonna say. But yeah, as you were saying, boys, before that happened. Damn it, Evan.
Well, you left me no sometimes.
To be fair, when it comes to that casting, I do agree with you, Jacob. Like Pedro Pascal is a terrible casting, but yeah.
Sorry, that was no. Can you do that?
Can't do it again. It doesn't matter now either. Wake up tomorrow anyway.
Wake up this morning.
Do you work?
Yes, I do. Surprisingly, in about 4 hours.
What's that?
For 24 hours.
You really?
Well, yeah, because I got up at 6 a.m. So.
They say you have to go. Oh, they say you have to get up in 4 hours.
No.
Well, that's what a normal working day is.
Yeah, imagine working. But yeah,
imagine the long, hard days. Where
I just hope that in this moment, Marvel take a good look in the mirror and they really reflect on what can happen and go, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's maybe resist the urge to do that. So all we can do really is just see. There's not a whole lot that we can do in the way of other than sitting back and just watching how shit plays out. But I am hopeful that it can be fine. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But if they screw up Spider-Man, I'm saying this. They screw up Spider-Man, Marvel is done to me when it comes to movie form. I don't care. I'm not watching any of their stuff if they screw up Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is one of the easiest characters to do right. So if you can't even get him right, then what's the point?
Even the comics are fucking love. If you're reading the current Spider-Man run,
Nah, allow it. Fucking the Cinema Kings plug, and now look at the other shameless plug here.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Check out the Peter and Miles podcast.
He knows what he's doing.
Open wide.
Evan, your face expression.
See, as you can see, the more you find around,
that is what she said.
The more you're going to find out.
Classic clips. Oh, man. Well, I did say we'd round off the stream by talking about a particular thing. We've had our superhero segment. This will be like the final 10, 15 minutes. In terms of the promo, because we haven't done these Kings of Pop Culture streams for a while, so I haven't really had a chance to talk to you guys like this about it in a stream format. You know, the lack of promo for part 3 of Cobra Kai is it's disheartening. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it.
Best promo season right here.
And
where's the promo?
Best promo.
What annoys me is we're not going to say the leaks, of course, out of respect for people, but there's been more damn leaks on this freaking show than actual promo.
I'm actually pissed off about that. That ruined my whole fucking day when I saw that.
Shut up. I'm joking. No, I'm joking.
It'll be a boom ending. So,
great. Oh, look at that. Great. Now another shameless plug. Oh, for fuck's sake. Everyone's just plugging their content.
Well, I had a reason to go on mute. I just want to say that.
Yeah, all these spin-offs everywhere. Yeah, let's not forget the guy that laid the groundwork. But, you know, at the end of the day, anyhow, the promo for this show is fucking asinine, and it's not good. And quite frankly, people get promo misconstrued. It doesn't mean, we need to see footage of the next season. Promo is designed to whet the appetite for the next whatever they're releasing.
Put a thumbs up.
You can do character. What the fuck? You can do character bios. You can do a reflection on someone's journey. You could do moments, interviews with the cast. You can do all this crazy stuff that you're not doing. And to me, it's just disheartening, because I really feel like for the final part, this is it. Like, there was a great tribute done by Christian, not Christian, but other Christian. Yeah. He did a great tribute for part 3. And
that was great.
The Top Gun score, it was beautiful. The fans are coming up with stuff to drum up the hype more than the actual, company themselves. And where I feel for the big 3 is they're in a sort of tough spot because they're not in charge of it. It's Netflix.
Yeah, so you can't really put any of the blame on the big 3. It's really Netflix.
No, you can't.
The Cobra Kai YouTube channel is doing more than Netflix.
That's what I'm saying.
That's its own thing.
Even Hayden on Twitter is trolling people. That's more than what we've seen from the marketing.
That's so
like,
funny.
See, the issue is, right, and don't get me wrong, I don't hate Stranger Things, right? I don't. But because they're trying to promote that more than anything else on their platform, everything else seems to be getting like a wee quick trailer here, a wee quick trailer there. Hell, there's shows on Netflix, and let's just be real, boys, right? That should not be getting promoted. That gets promoted way more than Cobra Kai does, and we know exactly what show I'm talking about here.
Outer Banks gets a world tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, I hate Outer Banks and whatever, but even that barely got any promotion. Apart from that tour thing, that got
no promotion.
Exactly. Like, Stranger Things is going to get the biggest marketing out of any show on Netflix,
like
which is justified, no doubt.
No, Jacob and Evan brought up a great point with the YouTube channel and like the different ideas, because on the YouTube channel they're doing like different the cash are doing like thank yous to the fans.
Yeah, those
and, like,
are really good. I love those.
But why not upload them all of the social medias? Why just one specific platform?
Everywhere. Like, do more. Go all in. Like, do stuff where like you're shooting where they get like character promo shots, and then you can have the actors talking about it. You could have little scenarios where, okay, what is a personal highlight for your character, across the show, or is it something we haven't seen yet? Something like that.
Fuck off.
Some hype. You know what I'm saying? It's about as much hype on this as a freaking London tube with all the people going to work. It's deadpan. There's nothing happening. No vibes. No energy. Just
get more marketing for Martin Cove giving out spoilers at a Comic-Con. I mean,
I've just never heard of screeners coming out before the first trailer.
That is insane.
That's
wild.
insane.
That's
especially when leaks. Especially when
enjoy getting
that's shameful.
Spoiled, everyone. Enjoy getting spoiled by people out there.
Yeah. No trailer for anything. Movie TV should come out.
Oh, we haven't seen it, by the way. We're actually being honest here.
We're waiting. Yeah, we have not seen it.
Even
2 weeks. We're almost 2 weeks in, and we don't have a trailer.
And do you know what the crazy thing is? The character posters they had for season 4, they were sick. If they did them, it feels cheap. They would have been better for the Sakai guy. One for actual, like all these other cool characters. Now it just feels cheap if you do it now. You've got
They've started marketing that season months before the season came out.
Season 4 had the best marketing.
It should have been a 10 and 5 release. Like the triple 5 just hasn't worked.
The trailer that they showed was just tight, fasten your gi, whatever. It was just them doing punches and shit. But it was such a simple thing, and it went so hard.
And like the last 10 seconds were like different clips of shots from season 4.
Yeah, I mean, there was like 50 breakdowns after that, as there always is. But,
and then we got the Saddam teaser straight after, and then we got the promo images, and then the trailer, and then all the
Terry
posters.
Silver one before that too.
Like remember,
exactly. It was every month we got something.
Yeah,
like something big.
Season 3, they had like multiple TV spots.
TV spots.
Yeah, they had Johnny like renaming the thing on the computer, like even just like simple stuff. You know,
remember?
I think season 3 is the only season where they had TV spots too.
It's almost.
I don't mind them not doing that because the amount of stuff they revealed in those were like.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah, they spoiled Yasmin and Dimitri.
But even you look at. That's true. You look at seasons 1 and 2 for like when they were on YouTube, like they were marketing that just as like even better than Netflix were for season 4.
Yeah. Like remember in
season 5,
like season 4, they had like different like that last month where every week was something different, where it was like a poster this day is going to be the trailer, this day is the character promos, this day is like the screener invite thing, this season's the season coming out, this day is the season coming out. Like where's that?
Like season 5, we got characters in the clothes from the previous season. I don't.
Yeah, let's be real, right?
Don't get me started on that poster.
Let's just be real with it. Ever since moving from YouTube Red, or what became YouTube Premium, the promos for all the show just went
bang.
That's the thing. Christian makes a great point. 40 years, it's ending.
It's not a Netflix created show technically because the first 3 seasons were made by someone else.
No, I think
they're the adopted child.
I think what it is, they're capitalizing on the YouTube part of it and how people like it on YouTube and how we talk about it, and they take advantage of that. That's what I think they're doing. And that's why they're lazy and complacent. They don't care about the market.
They just don't care. I think Netflix is like totally in this rebuild phase where they're going to live streams and sporting events and they're forgetting about the show. Really, a bunch of shows.
It's gonna turn into like a sports streaming.
Yeah, that's already transitioning. Like,
I mean, no offense, they didn't even do anything for Stranger Things Day, which was a complete missed opportunity.
You're gonna see an uptick in numbers where I think like Amazon and HBO Max are gonna overtake them as far as like streaming and like.
Yeah, if this show was on Amazon,
as for original shows,
because like Netflix is trying too hard with like trying to appease to every market. Like you started out as like a they forget where they came from. Like they started out as like a freaking rental thing. I think they
yes, a rental DVD place.
Yeah.
They were a rental DVD place that then became a streaming platform. And because they can't do any good content, they decided to steal everybody else's. But then they don't market it, and then they're like, "Oh, what can we do now instead? Oh, let's take sports over. Yes, let's go."
And they fucked that up too.
Yep.
It's honestly it's just
remember how laggy the stream for the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it was rigged anyway. So I mean, what's the
point? They showed 2 games on Christmas too. Like,
oh my god, it's Mike Tyson. It's my favorite part.
But it's even better as well.
Oversaturation of like content. That's the problem with Netflix. Oversaturation of content.
Yeah. And it's not just that as well. They keep hiking up the prices, thinking everybody wants to pay a high premium fee for like barely bottom barrel shows that no one really cares about.
I mean, no offense to Netflix, but after Stranger Things and Cobra Kai and Outer Banks and You and Wednesday, they're all done, people were going to be unsubscribing. They're in a lot of trouble.
Well, that's why they did. That's why they're doing the parts thing, because so people could stay subscribed.
So drag it out. Yeah.
So they could drag it out. That's why they're doing it, because they saw a tick in numbers on how certain shows that end, people unsubscribe because people do it all the time. Not even just Netflix, like they do it for all streaming services.
They should just lower down the prices too. Stop
they really should. There's so many things they could do.
They're raising it again. They made that announcement.
Honestly, it's really frustrating. And that was put together by Christian, and it was used like with basically just promo material and shit like that. They don't have to use any new clips. You could just put stuff out that just drums up hype. Like, we're in our Harry Potter binge right now. When that shit was on release every other year, there was like a look when it was at the end, there was a look back to all of the journeys. Like every day on TV there was a new thing where it was like the journey.
Hello's marketing was crazy.
The marketing,
I remember that.
And it was
all
like
that stuff in cinemas.
Like, and you can't, it's shit like that. Because the great thing about being us, like pop culture fans, like not people who just show up at the cinema and go, "Woo! I went and saw a movie." People who actually care about the art, right? We remember a lot of the movie, sure, but what's the other thing you remember? The hype, the build-up, everything that surrounds the movie. Like, take The Force Awakens. The sequel trilogy was shit, but it was a good film. And the hype, I remember the hype around it. Even The Last Jedi, the vibe, the feelings around it, the promo, the material, the marketing, all that stuff, and it gets people way more on board. It's little things that people go, okay, I wasn't interested before, but I am now. You don't care about us lot. We're gonna be there regardless of what's happening. You want to get new people into it. You want to keep the legacy going by passing it on to new people, getting the casual viewer in. The only way to do that is fucking promo.
Not even that. You want you want the casual people to know it's even coming out.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's so many people who don't know when it's coming out.
They haven't even known.
Yeah, literally.
They only knew that season 3 was coming out, and that was it.
I was at the store the other day. Somebody knows I was wearing a Cobra Kai shirt. They're a fan of the show. They didn't even know part 2 was out yet.
To add on to your point, Jacob, about marketing, I went to a Netflix event a few months ago.
Oh,
and that they had promo for certain shows that nobody in that room cared about.
Yes,
it was fake cheers and like no
it's
one
just
cared.
A bunch of people going.
Like people were only there for 2 shows: Stranger Things and Cobra Kai. They like literally that's all they cared about. And the one thing that they showed for Stranger Things is people visiting the set. That's the only thing that they showed for Stranger Things.
Lupus?
That's it. And literally, it all I saw was that Netflix is trying
to waste of time.
Big companies trying to have their own Comic-Con, if you will, of say, here you go, guys. We have all this content coming. We have all this content. It's just content, more content, more content, and more fucking content.
More videos.
Like, that's all it is.
How did the One Piece? How best way to put it? How did the One Piece show get more promo than Cobra Kai did?
Exactly. No one cares about One Piece like that. Look, I'm sorry. I'm saying no. Like I love. Like I got love. I got love for my anime people and whatever else. I know the anime fandom cares a lot about One Piece. That I'll never dispute. I'm not going to war with anime people. That's a different kettle of fish. But on just Netflix mainstream, like One Piece. Compared to Cobra Kai, that's linked to Karate Kid.
One Piece is a niche audience. Cobra Kai is a broader audience.
Bang, get me.
Same with Stranger Things. Like it's a general public. Like it's not
like the thing is, this has been 40 years in the making. And the thing is, there's people from 40 years ago that
I don't know much.
Going to be like very emotional.
We're not comparing the shows. We're comparing the fan, like just how you market certain things. You know?
But it's not about the fact that it's One Piece. I don't mind One Piece. I actually think some of the manga and stuff is cool. But what I'm saying is the fact that if it's a new show, it will get more promotion than a show that's been carrying Netflix so long now at this point. And the only reason why people are keeping subscriptions to it should scream volumes to people. It's like they're only doing it to keep their own service going, but they're not.
That's the importance of physical media, then.
Yes. No, but the thing is, when season 6 was coming out, part 1 was pretty well marketed, and it just went down. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's like they didn't even release the Cobra Kai all Sekai promos for part 2.
Like there was a choice. Where was the Cobra Kai ones?
Yeah.
They confirmed Peyton filmed the promo.
They're not gonna you guys are missing what we're saying.
This is why.
Don't give that the time of day because you just heard me biased.
I said the anime. Oh my god.
We're saying that it's to anime fans. It's a niche.
Obviously, to anime fans, it's the best thing since sliced bread. But they're the same people that say that's my waifu to a fictional drawing. Yes. Anyway, sorry, anime fans. That hurt me. I'm an anime guy, but I hate misinterpreting my words. What I said.
We're not saying Cobra Kai is.
Obviously, One Piece has a massive fandom for Christ's sake.
We're not talking about we're talking about how you market like to a niche.
Like One Piece gets the marketing, but Cobra Kai doesn't.
That's what we're on about. Not the fact that One Piece is a bad show or anything, because I don't know. I've not watched it.
I've watched bits of the anime, but not a lot. I'm a normie. Like I'm happy to admit I'm a normie. I'm not knowledgeable on everything. You know, we can't know everything. But it's just,
I just think
the
they
marketing.
Kept it
the
going.
marketing and the care for it is just not as good. That's just the way.
Noah brought a great point. They should have saved the Sekai Taikai promos for part 2. That's what they should have done. Because they're wearing their part 2 clothing. Yeah, everyone was wearing their part 2 clothing. No one was wearing their part 1 clothing.
No, or they could have made a Sekai Taikai promo like the All Valley, but that would require effort.
Well, it's going to be explosive either way.
I mean, no offense, they might have used up a lot of the budget for certain things.
Quite explosive.
See if that's
and we've become death, destroyer of
promotion. I will be annoyed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we're approaching a natural end now, but I thought it was just nice to bring it into it a little bit because we haven't talked Cobra. Well, we've obviously talked Cobra Kai as friends off this, but like not on stream in a while. It just blows because literally we're under 20 days away from the release of part 3, and there's barely any promo. I'm telling you what we're
shadow dropped it.
What we're all
they're gonna shadow drop it.
What we're all gonna get, quite literally. Oh my god, there's 2 Gians.
What the?
If I can do
the multiverse. It's the multiverse.
No.
Yeah.
No, I tried. Damn it. I tried so hard there.
Wait, did anyone else see Chris?
No. Anyhow, we're approaching a natural end. We're approaching a natural end to the.
I wasn't looking at the screen. I was looking at.
We are progressing into the final few minutes, and what do we do from here going forward? Kings of Pop Culture will be back. I have yet to decide if it'll be a weekly or a monthly thing. I'm thinking monthly because then it gives us a month to get back into the swing of it, and then that way, if it's at the end of every month, then we have then we all have time to have a particular topic that we want to talk about each month. There's a lot can happen in a month, and then we can have some specified topics. You know, we can also start talking about other things like Breaking Bad or The Sopranos, whatever floats the ocean.
Woke up this morning.
Got yourself a gun. Sorry, I got to move you back up here. It's triggering my OCD. We got to put the Team Baby back where they were. Hang on. Was that the correct?
Back on top.
There you go.
That's all things should be.
But you know, and then right, Evan's looking at me. There you go. He's
I was going to say Adam's a bit up. Offense, Adams. Offense, Adams.
I'm so
Evan's going for all the overseas boys.
Oh, and also, by the way, here's Chris.
I knew I saw it.
No, it's crazy because I tried adding G and like just having 2 Gians on the screen, and then Chris was.
I thought I was tripping. It was like no one reacted to it.
Hey, listen, it wouldn't be Kings of Pop Culture without having everyone that I could muster up on deck. Well, welcome back, Chris. Look at you. How are you, brother?
What's up, Chris?
I'm doing great, guys. Feels good to be back, honestly.
Even Gian gave you the thumbs up at the same time. It is good to be back. I meant to. Now, everyone, get those shades back on. We're doing one more rock and vibe. Come on, get those shades back on. Adam's already got his glasses carry on, so we're good. Evan.
Unfortunately, my glasses are broke, so I need to get new ones.
This is great. There you go. We got the band. There you go. We got the band together. I love it. Look at it. Fuck it. Look at this.
Kevin's on drums.
This is the glory days of Kings of Pop Culture right here. And we haven't even got everyone on deck. This is only 8 out of the, 11? So we're missing Yinko, Danny,
Cody, Darius.
And Cody. Fucking I forgot my fellow white boy of the month. So, you know, it's great. That's 12. Whoa! The 12 disciples of Jesus.
The big 12.
We've had a good stream here. It's been good to get back to Formula with you guys. I've missed doing it. And it's nice to kick it off again. So I just want to ask you guys, what would you like to see for the streams? Would you prefer a monthly thing every 2 weeks or something?
Monthly.
Yeah, and also the chat.
Yeah, like let's put a poll in the chat. Let's put a poll. The only problem I don't want us to run into is that we start overdoing the same thing, because I think that was a problem that we were going through before. We kept mulching over a lot of the same shit. Now, obviously, we're always going to talk about Marvel. We're always going to talk about DC. That's never going to change. We'll be talking about that till we're fucking 50 odd or 80 odd even, until there's like 2 kings left and everyone else is in the ground.
90.
Until we're 90. But
team baby.
That being said, Chris needs a team to be fair. But that being said, let's put the poll in the chat. Let's put
team
the poll
dog. Zach.
Yeah, I don't want to. Well, it's like I literally hit the wrong option. I was about to super chat myself.
Jacob, you need to.
Well, if you want to give, if you want to lose and pay yourself, then
Jacob.
Yeah,
Jacob, you need to highlight Kenzie subs comics. That's fucking hilarious.
They better go all in. Michael
it's further down. You'll find it.
Kings of Pop Culture has returned. At least you do. Ha! Well, I mean, imagine we give you a blooper reel and we give you entertainment. But RJ had the best moment of that entire thing going. In other news, Penguin.
Vengeance.
Okay, so in terms of the vote, is it I'm putting monthly and what, every 2 weeks?
I'd do every 2. Yeah.
Every 2 weeks every 2 weeks sounds good.
I think 2 weeks is doable. It spaces it out a little bit. Start of the month, end of the month, that kind of vibe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ezreal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Week. I'm cool with that.
I think that works because then the old format of doing it like every week was we would be mulching over the same shit because the news would still be pretty much the same. We're all Robert Pattinson here.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Look at this. I mean, we've got like the Nah, we got to get a picture of this for just for shits and giggles, so we can get a screen grab. There you go. Let's go and do a pose, boys. That'll do. And then we can screen grab that and do something in the way. Welcome back, Chris. I'm glad you took your seat back. Missed you, man. Let's have a little look. I've started the poll, so everyone get to voting. We're on 31 likes at the minute. If you haven't smashed the like button, please do. Because we're onwards to 9K here, and the good thing is with Cobra Kai coming to a close, the niche goes with it, and then I can go back to more pop culture, and that means these streams will be more of a focus going forward, and the number will also increase.
I love this. The country.
Where was that?
No, I just wanted to say a Terry Silverline. I don't know why.
Say it again. I want to hear it again one more time.
All evidence to the contrary.
All evidence.
That's what happens when someone burns your business to the ground.
If I'd have been my own,
what a crime!
Oh my, what a crime!
That dude is on absolute acid every time.
That dude is absolutely
the aura.
explosive.
Whoa, look at the votes.
The
We've got
crime they're all
11
committing
votes.
right now.
Whoa. Okay, if you haven't voted
What are the votes?
the like button, guys, then please do. Now, I'll make you guys a deal. Like I said, if you can get any Kings of Pop Culture stream that we do, if you can get it to 50 likes, I will guarantee you another stream within this stream and say when another stream's happening within literally the next week. Next week. And it'll be a solo one or something, and then if these guys can join, they can. But yeah, this has been fun, guys. It's been good to get back to form. I've missed this. I feel like we've all kind of needed this. We've got many spin-offs. All right, let's just run through the spin-offs. How many have we actually got now? We got the Peter and Miles podcast. We got Cinema King. Motherfucker, every time I'm about to end, every fuck. There That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed.
And he's gone. And he's gone.
No, wait. No, that's
find the remote.
Pop culture, and it's the same. It hasn't changed. So we got Peter and Miles podcast, Cinema Kings, the Dynamic Duo podcast. Is there one more? There was one more.
Your Star Wars thing, right?
Well, I mean, that's on this channel, but yeah. And also next week, guys, Star Wars stream is happening. Me, Gian, and Cody will be spearheading that along with Kevin and a couple of others. So we're going to be talking Star Wars monthly. We're going to be doing a bit of a roundup on things like The Mandalorian, Jedi Power Battles, that game released. Darius. Jedi Power Battles, great game. Really enjoying that. I'm going to play.
Typical Marvel cameo, that.
But yeah.
He said he'd been having sound issues.
I was kind of hopeful Darius would like rock the shades or something with us because he's got some great. His shades are.
Yeah. Don't call it a comeback.
You've been here for Jet. How's the voting going?
I don't know.
Okay, so we've got 13 votes so far.
Triple check. Remember to triple check it.
Check it.
It's in favor of every 2 weeks.
And then it's every 2 weeks, 86%. So there's a landslide. Okay, so what I'll do then, because every 2 weeks is a bit of a clusterfuck, I'm not going to lie. What I'll do is, how does this sound? At the start and end of every month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
What was that? What was that?
We'll see that aligns with my schedule. Yeah.
Okay, so it aligns with my schedule. All right, okay.
Stanley says, no, it is what it is.
That gives us a whole month in between. No, do you know how much potential we have there for memes? Where it's like, okay, so 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, sorry, when we complained about that one thing, nothing's changed. So it that could be good. So hold on, let's just do it every 2 weeks. It's just easier. Okay, so it's on the end of the month now. So the next one will be on the foot. Nah.
What?
The 15th of February.
The 15th. We're gonna do one on the 13th. Then
I think we should have one before Cobra Kai, full Cobra Kai.
Let's make it
a full Cobra Kai.
The 8th.
What about the night? But the night of the show releasing, that would be quite cool because then we can do like a proper countdown.
February onwards, that's when we start the 2 week rotation. So what I'll do. Okay, let me do that now. So then that way it's already locked in and people watching already know. And then what I'll start doing is scheduling streams. So then that way
it will in 2
the
weeks.
audience know. Okay, so on the 8th of February, that's when Kings of Pop Culture's new rotation officially begins. And it'll be 1, 2. Okay, because February is a short month, the next stream will be on the 1st of March. Now, February is a short month. It is a short month.
Yeah.
Okay, so literally 8th of February, Kings of Pop Culture stream, 2 weeks gap, and then 1st of March, Kings of Pop Culture stream, then 15th of March, and then 29th of March. So every 2 weeks.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Now, everyone, make sure you check out the Cinema Kings. They're doing their thing later on, but I did leave a link to the channel in the description. Not in the description, sorry, in the chat. Do go check them out. They got some great stuff over there. As you'd expect, it's them three. Again, like I don't mean to keep going back to it, but I'm going to. David Corensware, Aaron Pierre, Robert Pattinson, you know, Pedro fucking Pascal. Like, yeah, I'm just saying. Okay, so I can't let it go. I can't let it go. I can't let it go. There you go. There's the link to it, guys. Head on over there. Check it out. I appreciate all of you. Smash that like button. See you very soon. And
great show.
Cut the feed. And stream.
End the stream.
Now, bitch.
Now. Oh wait, hold on a second.
Oh, we went longer than we were supposed to. What a surprise!
Hold on, we gotta say.
Well, we never stick to the time we want to do. Do we?
No, now we're of a.
Oh, we're still live. Oh shit!
Wait, one more thing.
Where's Darius?
Hold on.
The fuck?
Who are we?
You can't find his remote either.
Yeah,
Who are we?
Typical typical Marvel cameo.
No, Kings. Who are we?
The Kings.
Yeah.
The Kings.
Who are we?
The Kings.
The Kings.
Who are we?
The Kings.
The Kings,
baby.
This guy.
The Kings.
Who are we?
The Kings.
Beautiful. Woo! America. No, that done it once. Not doing it again. Oh,
You're English, Jacob.
America, fuck
I'm
you.
technically Scottish, but it didn't.
Don't pretend to be something you're not.
This man wants all the smoke tonight.
And then
We're real life. We're not characters.
Yeah, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't affect my life.
yeah, whatever.
Not in the slightest.
Miguel Robbie.
No, I prefer the Goat and the Chosen. That's a good.
I agree. We're better than both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, we are. There we are. Christian, Miguel or Robbie?
Christopher Nolan is above the Karate Kid.
Sir. Christopher Nolan.
Wait, you guys are asking for the fight for
You got to get it right.
So, Christian,
Miguel
whenever
Robbie.
we say Miguel or Robbie, all you have to do, bro, is go, it doesn't affect my life. Like, life goes
Doesn't
on.
matter.
Doesn't matter.
We work.
Jacob, you literally just answered the question for me.
What?
Cinema.
What
the hell is wrong with you? I'm really asking.
I mean, there is only one answer.
Jacob taught me to be a nuanced individual, so thank you, bro.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, I don't know. Bro brought the hat.
We are. It doesn't matter who anyone was before they stepped into this dojo and had a spin-off. We are all like-minded individuals. We are back. Right, let's actually end this time. I'm going to play an ending clip. RJ, what clip shall I play to end off?
Sopranos.
It's a damn good shout. Oh, that's
Woke up.
That's terrible.
It's just good business.
It's
Time to go!
It's time. Woke up this morning. Here's the goat. What was that? EastEnders?
Yeah, it was.
Show him. Hey, come on! Open your eyes!